Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 11:15 on Sunday night. Not that long home. It was after 10 or, around 10. We got back from Dublin. Great day out. Fantastic atmosphere. Pint of Bulmers. I hadn't had a pint of Bulmers in a good while in the hotel beforehand. Didn't drive today. Got a lift. Brother. Great match. The hurling match finished in a draw. Great finish to it. Dublin probably threw it away. They were 11 points up at one stage. And then we got off to a blistering start. The handicap was 7 points. So I took the handicap. I backed us to win at 7-1 as well. Lesser amount. So I made a few pound on us for the day. Again, we left after us. It's not talking bias or from my pocket. The goal was the turning point. We were 4 up at the time. Wrong man, the corner forward was in the centre half back position, got dispossessed lightly and finished up in a goal. We came back, we had 4 chances to win. Donny Smith had 2, Murta had 1. We had a 50 that went wide, and then we had a chance in the finish. They should have left it down and one of them kick it, either Nolan or the goalie, and have a pot at it up the middle. Besides going outside of the boot, it was a bit too ambitious, I thought. But all told, we'll take a draw. We've improved a lot. We're a decent enough side. We had the dinner then in Fagan's in Drumcondra there. Not a bad dinner. Good, plenty good. The only one thing I didn't like about it, mushy peas on the dinner on a Sunday. So no for me. So I left them after me. They were very soggy. They're soggy at the best of times, but 17.50, not too bad. Everything else was fine. Lovely beef. It wasn't as packed as normal. We got no problem getting a seat. The last time we were there, we couldn't get a seat. We had to split up. But grand ice cream coming out. Ploughed her home. Then it wasn't too bad of traffic. And we're out again next Sunday against Sligo in the Hyde. So we'll be favourites for that. And then we have Kildare 2 weeks later at a neutral venue. It's great to get out, great to get to Croke Park, great to be competitive again, and delighted. I seen the first race at 3:45, and I thought at the 2 out that we were going to win it. I'd said, this is just coming the way I had planned it in my head, but he got outstayed. What was that one's name? West Orchard, wasn't it? Yeah. But he was 7-1. He went out to 9-1 last night, and they were paying 3 places even with 6 this morning. But then there was 5, so it was but a quarter to the odds second. And then I forgot about the other one when the teams came out on the field, and there was people in and out where to get up and get down and whatever, and forgot about until I got a cha-ching. Someone sent a WhatsApp message to say that the one in New Toxeter won. I was delighted. What was that? Glory de Tan. I just looked at it there. It looked like that JP's horse was going to cause a bit of bother, but I always park the bus at the furlong pole and get everybody to start shouting. So, led by Reese Loftus and family, they fairly cheered him home. So, I hope they had a good day out. And I did mention last night that I did fancy the other one, the one that won it in the last race. It was money for Brookhouse's horse, but the other one had the forum. And then the match wasn't over, so I couldn't look at the last race. It was 5 minutes left. It was nail biting stuff, and I seen he finished 6th. I didn't look at the race yet, so I don't know had he a chance to get 5th. Some were paying 6th. I met a fella in Fagan's. He said he didn't each way treble up. He recognised me, and a fella from, I think he said would it be Kieran O'Neill, Frank O'Neill's brother, recognised me in the hotel. He gave me one for later in the year. We'll see. But he told me not to tell anybody. We'll see. So anyway, I get on to tomorrow. I always do my study last night for tomorrow and this morning, but I got nothing done. So the first thing I do is always go to the tracker to see how are we doing, who is running tomorrow. So we have a few in the tracker, and a few that buzz horses as we call them. There's two actually that we have back, but one has been a good money spinner for us last year was when the dealing's done. But I just don't think he's in form yet. He might need another run. Last year it took him 4 runs before he put his nose in front, and I thought he was a little bit sluggish the last day, picking up the pace. And Night on Earth actually beat him before, and he's well in. He gave him a pound or something before, didn't he? Last year. This race last August. There was only a pound weight between them. 9-1, 9-2. And I think there's a way bigger discrepancy tomorrow. 8-13, 9-7. I thought the horse that might win that race is Navello. He had a nice turn of foot the last day for George Bowie, brought back to 5 furlongs. He had been running at 6. And he was 5th there behind Living the Dream. He seems to be better at 5, but the last time he ran there on the turf in Thirsk, he ran that and won it. He came from the back and he won nicely in 58 and change. So that was clipping it. So if he runs in 58 and change tomorrow, he'll win that race. But it's hard to know with a 4-horse field what will the tactics be like, so don't go mental on it. That's the only one in Windsor, isn't it, of note? There's a lot of racing tomorrow, but right, we'll go from Windsor, we'll go to Cartmel. A horse there that this is a 3 miles 5. The Johnny Max that we backed the last day got beaten on the line, and this horse, and he carried 12 stone that day. I don't know how Johnny Max he didn't finish today. I don't know what happened to him. But that was his first try at the trip, 3 miles 5, and he's only up, is it 4 pounds? 22, only 4 pounds. He could be competitive enough in that race again tomorrow. In the 4:05 at the 4:40. We have our buddy here marshalled. Marshall done us a good turn the last day, and it was 2.5. And I was saying at the time that if it was farther, I'd be more confident. But as the race progressed that day, the distance and 2.5 miles. Actually, tomorrow's race is a furlong longer, which is more suitable. Now, this lad is no Erkel, but
on the run down to the final line of plain fences. 3 to jump. Here's Marshall, widest of all, and Richie McClure. And putting it to Croke Patrick. Limerick leader didn't get very high there on the inside. Yellow Jacket. Ribeye has dropped to 4th, and it's Marshall who has hit the front on the run down to 2 out from Limerick leader. Marshall, Limerick leader coming back for more, however. Ribeye's about 4 lengths away. Croke Patrick has weakened. Then look at the draw, and it's Limerick leader and Marshall coming to the final fence. Limerick leader by a half length to Marshall. 6 lengths away is Ribeye. They're on the run in. Marshall is coming back at Limerick leader. It's Marshall now moving on from Limerick leader, and it's a quick double for Richie Mc.
The poor, he's a great old trier. He's a middling enough engine, and Cartmel could actually suit him, because the Lash Fins is about, I don't know, must be a quarter of a mile from the winning post. So if he's the clumsy way of getting over the fences. If he can get over and the last one, and even if he's a few lengths down, he might have the engine to propel him to victory tomorrow. This one is very strong in the betting, but I don't know. Ben Pauly, he's a 10-year-old. We're a 9, and he was second the last year, but he's beaten 15 lengths. I didn't get a chance to look at that video, and I just can't remember what happened. And that I know he won in New Toxeter, but that was 116, and he went up £9 for that, so we only went up 4. So I have to go Marshall tomorrow as a bus horse. Oh yeah, the 255 tomorrow in Cartmel as well. Another one that we backed the last day was Aramax. Now this is a big pot tomorrow. There's 18,000, but this is a former Cheltenham winner. He hasn't won since, so he's won in Fairyhouse since 2020. It seems like an age ago. The Boodles. That was off 138. He still slipped down, but he made a good run the last day, and there was money for him. I think, did he go out to 20 to 1 the last year or something? He was a huge price, and there was money for him. He went off 6 to 1 second favourite, but 3 miles, that was good to soft and heavy. It's good ground tomorrow. Like, he's down. This horse was rated like the 140s at one stage, so it could be an each way chance for anyone that backed him the last day. We got our each way money. We made a profit the last day, so there's a lot of racing on tomorrow. So you can pick and choose, like, you know, what I'm going through here. Anyone that remembers the last run will know that he was competitive enough the last day. We'll go on the flat. There's a horse in there, Dukeman, or someone might say Dukeman, but I don't know. I'd say Dukeman. But he was called John Wayne the Duke, wasn't it? And to spell the same way. But this lad, he won last year. It was only a 3-horse race, but the horse that he beat was 89, and he beat him well enough in. And the farther he was, if I remember correctly.
That's
him in the yellow.
Who were at the top end of the market, head down towards the last quarter of a mile, with Moonwatch in front. Just gets a shake of the rein from Robert Havlin. Moonwatch just hanging a little bit there. Moonwatch carrying his head to one side as Dukeman now tries to mount a challenge. The front two have kicked away from the newcomer, Our Absent Friends. The duel is on, the end of the final furlong, and it's Dukeman now taking over from Moonwatch, and Dukeman in receipt of £7 from Moonwatch is in front, and Dukeman, who was promising on debut at Thirsk, goes on to win.
Short a bit of toe there, but the horse, I know he was getting £7, but the man was rated 89. And then the other race that he ran last year was against Noble, and Noble is rated 90 now. He was second to him. That was in Epsom at mile 2. That was his. Noble is 90. So he's in at 82. Christopher Yard is going all right. First time out, they kept him in training, same ownership. So the 94 2 to 1. And the Zetland Cup is on tomorrow. There's an old racing that I do like to have a bet in every year. We don't do so bad at it. So I was looking at it. That City Streak, it won the last year, but it was in heavy ground. There's a big change. There's a lot of dead wood in it and whatever. But I thought the top horse in it, Kitsune Power by Holy Roman Emperor for Roger Varian. I thought that might be at 5 to 1. It'd be an each way bet in it. Done nothing as in 2021. handbrake off a lot of the time. Started off at 73. He won 3 times last year, but he won that time fairly handy in Beverley. And then they put him into, that was the Cambridgeshire, wasn't it? Behind Majestic. Cambridgeshire, yeah. But like, he wasn't beaten all that far. I can't remember the draw. I didn't get a chance to look at it tonight. But he was ahead of a lot of decent horses. It's way back. Oh, he weakened quickly. That was it. I knew something happened. Ball burst. Thought he might have a chance maybe tomorrow. It's interesting that they put him in that race first time out. So on we go to Ballinrobe. I was hoping to get going tomorrow. It's a great card there tomorrow evening. It'll be a great evening. But I'm not sure yet, can I or will I? I'm going to try. The Mayo Grand National is on tomorrow evening. There's a cracking card there tomorrow evening. You have even cashback in the first race up against Fields or Dairies. Off you go. On me is money on in that second race. Ought to be trying to get that bet. Troubled times. It's his first time in a handicap, isn't it? Prince Zelter won handy enough the last time. But if we go to the beginner's chase at 6 o'clock, Ballyadam, former class horse, has 2 runs over fences. Fell first time out and done nothing the other time. I'm back here. Hercule de Soil for Willie Mullins. Jody McGarvey's riding it. But we've a horsing down at the bottom here that done us a great turn in Leopardstown at Christmas. Brian Hayes is riding for Willie Mullins. So I know who got the choice there. Probably Jody McGarvey rides for JP Owens horses. But this lad was rated higher over hurdles. He went out in front that day and strayed them above in Leopardstown. He went up about 16 pounds. Then he had 2 big races. But if he gets out in front tomorrow, and it's a front running track, Ballinrobe, and doesn't make any mistake, the fences there, they aren't as difficult as Punchestown or Fairyhouse. You know, they have to be jumped at the same time. But if he got out there and got an easy enough lead tomorrow over 2-1, he might be hard enough peg back. Ballyadam hasn't won since Hannibal crossed the Alps on an elephant. When did he win last? (2020). Sure, maybe he forgot how to win. No, I hope he doesn't come out and laugh at me tomorrow. But that's why I'm on tomorrow is Winter Fog. And then we have the Mayo National. The green and red of Mayo. We were on Life in the Park in Punchestown. Doing all right. It was in the race that Kilcrush went out in front. We made a howler of mistake. We're lucky to stay up to get the each way money. But the step up in trip, the last state that was 2 miles 5. This is back up to 2.7. But it had won on good ground in Listowel last year. It was running all right in that, and Kilcrush is a decent horse. Ran well over 3 miles to Devil's Coachman on unsuitable ground. So that'll be my choice tomorrow evening in that. It's a cracking little race. The Veterans Handicap, I've no great opinion on that. And then keep an eye in the bumper on Mystical Power, because it could be a horse that you'll hear a lot about in the future. By Galileo, Out of Any Power. You all remember both of them horses. Grade 1 and Group 1 winners. So, owned by JP McManus, John Magnier and Suzanne Ritchie. What a heap of money they'd have in the bank between the three of them. That's one to watch tomorrow evening. It's what price? It's 8 to 15. You can put it in multiples tomorrow, I suppose. You'd imagine. Bit strange, Willie bringing a good one like that, but it's 4-year-old bumper only. So anyway, if I've left out anything, I'll have a quick look early in the morning before I go. I have to go earlier in the morning. I have to be gone at 7:30 because they're going on a school. At Brendan Grace, they're going on a school tour, and I have to have them in instead of having them there at 9:20. I have to have them there at 8:15. So be on the road early. But I'll have a quick look in the morning when I come back, and if I miss anything, I'll put it up, because a lot of our UK watchers and listeners will have the day off tomorrow because it's a bank holiday. So that's why I sort of went through a few of them there. Anyway, Bash the Bookies over and out.